Green on. Good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. We got these 3 pots right behind me. We're gonna get right into it. I'll see you guys in a second. Let's wheel. Camera C. Camera B. Got one more down. I'm really trying to get this bubble. I don't think I'm gonna get it until later on, so we're just gonna continue forward. We're gonna swap over to camera C. So our hammer fist is coming down, and it's slowly gonna be pulling out all that Austenerd clay this way, out and around. All of a sudden it hits the hand, and there you go, you're cruising, right? Nice. Some water on there, slowly color that in. Round out that top, going right down to the bottom one more time, get some water in there. Feeling the walls as I'm going down, making sure have it all nice and wet, ready for another pull. Get ready, taking your finger, push in, slowly dish off that bump, raise that interior finger above that exterior. All the way to the top here. That was an okay pull. We got another pull to do. A little bit more water. Color this in just a tad more. Right down to the bottom one more time. Perhaps a little bit too tall of a pull. I really took it to its limit here. So that's a little bit unfortunate because usually when you do stuff like this, it's gonna collapse for sure. So a little bit sad, but we'll try our best here, you know? All right, guys, ready? Right down to the bottom. Some of this water out of there. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4. Let's slowly twist this up on the top. We're gonna try our best here. Usually when this happens here, this is where it's gonna start to slowly lit up. Wow, guys. That was some nerve-wracking moments there. This is almost a double twist, which is kind of cool. I gotta make sure I keep my eye on it because if I'm looking at it, it looks like it's wanting to tilt, right? Do you see how it's wanting to tilt to that one side? So whenever that you see that tilt, you just wiggle that down, and usually it'll be okay. It's more about, you know, my interaction, right? Me as this sort of like machine, this human machine, you know, processing through sounds and multiples and all sorts of stuff. Holy crap, that almost fell. Camera C. All right, guys. Nerve-wracking on that one. Whew. All right, I'll give you guys a pottery edit. I'm gonna destroy the chill vibes for a second. So, goated 1. Wait, it didn't work? Goated 1. Wait, what's going on? Goated 1. There we go. Right down. Making some trees. My finger right on this bottom base here. I think I found you through that short, but it's honestly refreshing. You're creating organically instead of catering to that audience. Well, yeah, I mean, for me, it's never really about, you know, I'm so appreciative of you guys watching, you know, but like the stream is more for like myself and trying to build up my, you know, my mindset, right? Like that's why I'm doing the throwing every single day. I'm really close to a year. Right up, and then push that down. Alrighty. Right down to the bottom here. Slowly taking my fist and pushing this down ever so slightly. Camera C. The whole goal with this, right guys, is that you're having your hand, right? And it's not, my hand's not bent like this. I'm keeping my wrist on this third over here. My elbow's right into my hip bone so I can lean into the clay using my body weight. Taking my fist, push right down, right? And then slowly walk this back. Right, and that's how I'm keeping that right on center. All that clay, off center clay is coming around right into the hand. Somebody's asking, what's camera B? Camera B? That's camera B. It's a zoom in of camera A. Why did I come over here again? Oh yeah, I wanted to, usually I project a screen so I can see a little bit easier. I didn't do that. There we go. Okay. Camera D is actually just a full body camera over in the other area, but it's not really labeled camera D. It's called green on. Wait. So I'm slowly taking my hand, I'm pushing my left hand forward, my right hand back. This is the llama pole, right? And so the llama bites down on that top rim, slowly walks that back, and then you get a nice little volcano here, right guys? And my knuckle, I'm slowly walking in that base. People always are asking, why do I go so wide if I'm trying to get things that are tall? Well, once you make that volcano and you really focus on your, you know, your wall thickness, you're slowly just gonna bring in that base every time, and then get a, what's the word? Cylinder, right? And so all of a sudden the volcano becomes a steeper volcano, boom. All of a sudden, it's just a cylinder. You're watching from Ohio. Ohio's the best state. Big fan of Ohio. Slowly pushing this in, walking that into your hand up. Ooh. Went really thin on that bottom. You can see it wobble, but we're not going to freak out. We're going to continue to have this bump all the way to the top. Breathe as you're going up. Finish off this top here. Somebody said, how would I rate my current life out of 100 compared to your past life? Are you talking about like reincarnation stuff? Or are you talking about just like in the past couple years or something? Does it ever become a problem with how much water you add? How would you know that much water won't make the clay bad? So I use a ton of water. I actually use an absolute ton of water, but my clay is really, really stiff, right? So I always throw a stiff clay so I can get that height by really, pushing on it. But now usually it's hydrated enough where there's enough water that it can be manipulated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got a weird collapse on that bottom, you can see, right? So we're gonna have our hands right on this top edge here. Ooh, we got really off on this one, guys. Oh. We got a tear too. But you can see what happened on that bottom. The bottom was way too thin and it started collapsing at the beginning. And so when I got to the top, it was already collapsing unevenly. And so I couldn't keep it together on the top there, right? But still think it looks kind of cool. I like the gesture of it. So we just need to learn how to play with that gesture here, okay? Right? Really giving it the illusion of maybe foliage, grass, or something on that bottom there, right? On this one, usually I'll curl these in, but on this one, I'm actually just gonna smooth them out a little bit, give them a slight taper. Okay, there we go. So I think this one turned out pretty good, even though it collapsed pretty weird, Camera C. Camera B. Here we go. Do I do this as a hobby then? No, it's more of a, like, if somebody was trying to lose weight and they went to run every single day, right? What would you call that? I don't necessarily know if I'd call that a hobby, right? I'd call that some sort of building up of the mind, right? That's how I think about ceramics, is in the same way. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's kind of getting really crazy here. There we go. And then we'll probably do a double bump here. So this top is kind of getting a little bit wacky. So how about we run this out on the top there. Something kind of loose like that. Now we're probably going to do, a tandrel on the bottom to bring this up. And so something that happened there is one side was a little bit thicker than the other, right? And I didn't push in hard enough during my pull up. And so it tilted up one of the sides, and so I had to push harder the next time around, and it kind of gave it this lean, right? But we'll play with it here. I think this is another moment where we could use the double tandrels and make something a little bit interesting here, right? All right, camera A, pottery shelf. Somebody asked what I'm gonna do with it. I'm gonna just set them over here with the other ones. You guys ready? Goated 1. Do you have a plan for what I do when I'm older, possibly done with pottery? No, I'll do pottery the rest of my life. My plan is that I'll get a barn out in the middle of the woods, and I'll fill up my whole barn with pots, right? Just tons and tons of pots. And then I'll have like a little lake, and I'll throw in the middle of the lake on like a kick wheel or something, or like, and then I'm just gonna throw until I die, and then all of a sudden I'm gonna sit there on the wheel, and the last breath I take will be on the wheel, and my face will just face plant right into the clay, you know? And then I'd like, one day if I have children, I'd like them to, you know, fire me into a, like get me into like cremated bone ash or whatever, and then make a glaze out of that, and then glaze a bunch of my stuff with my bone ash. In some sort of glaze. I just think it'd be so cool if somebody literally has to like take my, I know this sounds gross, but like take my corpse off of the wheel, right? Like just that alone, like I can imagine they write it in a book somewhere one day. They'll be like, there was like this pottery guy, I guess, and you know, he died, but man, we had to literally peel his face off the pot. You know, maybe they fire the pot that I was working on when I died. I think it'd just be hilarious. Okay. So we're gonna get ready for our, you know, green screen review. So you guys got to give me some some energy, right? So I'm really low on energy, guys. You guys got to fill me up with energy. Green on. Hey guys. It's me. We're going to get ready to talk about these pots. We're going to start off with this one. This one collapsed a little bit on one side, and it keeps collapsing, but it was nice because I had those 2 tendrils right on that side, almost like it's holding its head up, right? I think there's something really interesting about how that one's leaning over. I think there's a really nice gesture to that pot, and you can almost see that it's like revealing something, that interior to us, right? It's like calling us to like look inside, right? And if you look inside, wheel, you can see maybe some of the spiraling that's happening on that interior there. I always think that's kind of the interesting part about these pots is they, you know, they activate that interior space. Anyway, we'll get over to this one. I think this one was actually, maybe this one's the best one of the day. I think there was something about that tear and the looseness of this one, but it kind of collapsed right on that bottom edge. And I think it just ended up looking kind of gestural and loose, but not having to rely on the tendrils to look gestural and loose. So I kind of like that one quite a bit today. And I think there's a nice contrast between the base and then that top. I like that little point right in between there. And then we got the one on the top here. I think that this one personally, there's a lot of cool things going on with it. It just seems a little bit too bottom heavy. I think this pot would have been really cool if I could have gone out wider on that top, but that one was also the tallest one of the day, so that's how it has all those winded up things, so it collapsed down a lot more than the rest of them. And I think when you're at that height and that much clay and it's that thin, you just can't really get that clay out, you know. I'd have to like heat up the bottom or let that bottom dry up quite a bit before I would do that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best for Straw Mentality, and let's give you another goated thing. So goated 1. That didn't work. Goated 1. He died. How sad is that? So, we're gonna have to make another quick. Camera C. Normally with ones like that, I think I would keep it, other than the fact that it hit the thing. So you know how it, I don't know, what do you guys think? No. I would keep this one actually, it's just that this one kind of, I don't have another bat. This is the last bat, all the other ones are full. In the summer, the radiators in the basement aren't on. And so it's a lot harder for me to wedge, or not wedge, for the things to dry off. And so I don't have any bats left. So we'll just kind of go for this one. Okay. I thought pottery was supposed to be like relaxing and soothing. Like I feel stressed out, right? And they'll tell me like something like really tragic that happened in their family or something, and that they're using this as a way to like conquer that. And I'm like, ooh, you know, pottery is like actually like one of the most frustrating things ever. I don't really like this one either, guys. All right, we gotta do one more. Man. Kind of fun to see the interior walls, right? Kind of fun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2. Okay. Chill. Gonna slowly take this out. Allow that twist to become the support. Right out wide. Look at that, guys. Kiss that rim. Ooh. Right. There we go, guys. Okay. Camera A. So that's that interior there. So it's kind of cool, you know? Alright, guys. And again, I gotta head off to work here, guys. So I appreciate you guys all for watching. So I'll give you one more pottery edit here. So I'll give you a Goated 1. All right, computer. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.